Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, 1 point to guard.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers.
Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at...
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year. Between the Green Bay Packers and a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Minnesota Vikings. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea.
And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. It's complete to LeBron Treadwell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
6-6, pull it high. Shoot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 11th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On the delay, Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. To throw is Kaiser. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Kill.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
10-2 saw. 80 weapon. Get it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. But it'll be 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he's got some space here. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. On first down, Abdullah. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop. Second and 5. And he rifles one incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of...
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This will be taken very short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, the left side throw complete to Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Rodgers again now. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And now out comes Minnesota. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a sofa out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable because I don't care who you are in coverage. With that amount of time, someone's going to shake free, and he's going to be able to throw the ball with a whole lot of confidence.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on 1st down. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So we've hit halftime, just a few. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They go with Abdullah again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And he fires one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They try the right side with Abdullah. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Rodgers going to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Adams. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Now it's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
Nice hit, boy.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, Geronimo Allison the target there, but now it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that, and wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
At the 16-yard line.
Again, it's Abdullah. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back tell them to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A toss to Abdullah. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
70, Indy.
A second down run for Abdullah. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first... Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you. In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return will stop right around the 25. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers to throw again. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
50, plant. Come on, let's go. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. X3, 218, chopper. 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this, we got this.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
On the run, Abdullah. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Vikings on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. So the final second.